Alright, good morning. How y'all doing? So I'm doing this video actually to talk about to help a gentleman on Facebook. Just to give a quick background on these two. This one is the Young Nuo 560 Mark III, and this is the Godox TT685C, which is for Canon. This one is for Canon as well. But with the Young Nuo, as you can see, it only has one pin. So there is no TTL for this one. It's just manual pop flash, maybe the that multi-flash setting, but that's it. Slave mode, which is if you pop, it'll pop behind it. But then if you look at the Godox one, it actually has all the pins that are required for the TTL, and again it does everything that this one does, but more. So our test right now is to talk about if I plug in a flash to this X1R. This is for Canon, so that's the model I use. So this is on the XLR, excuse me, X1R receiver for the Godox flash models. I mean trigger models. This one is the X Pro, which is where does it say it? Right there. This is the X Pro, and it's a C for Canon again. And we're going to use this to trigger this one. This is going to trigger the receiver. The receiver is going to make the flash pop, or we want to see if it controls the settings on that flash as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and try to set that up real quick. So we're going to start with the Young Nuo. Okay, so the screen here can be bright. Okay, now so here we go. So this is Group A. Group A, and that's what I have it down here on is Group A, Channel 1. There we go. Alright, so now you can see this is Group A, manual mode. We're at 1/4 of 1/4, which is 1/4 there, but it's on 24 zoom, which this one, if you look, is on 70 zoom. So I'm not really worried about that, but it should be on 24 if it's being controlled by this trigger. So if I start changing channels, changing settings, really what you can see me when I change the settings. Let's wait for the light to turn off again. And there, I'm on 116, but as you can see, that did not change. So we'll take it back to 1/4. I'm back to 1/4 on this one, but that did not change in manual mode. And the only other settings there is you have the multi-mode, and then you have slave modes. You have 2 slave modes for this one. Like I said, it's just a basic flash. It doesn't do anything special. It does have its own. Young Nuo do have their own triggers for their stuff, but I seem to have fell in love with the Godox model, so Godox and Flashpoint. But again, as you see, this is on channel 1, and that's on channel A, and this is on channel 1 and Group A. Group A, not channel A, but Group A. So, but will it pop the flash? Yes, it will pop the flash every single time. Okay, so for this flash here to work in ETTL, I don't know about any other flashes for Godox or any other TTL. This was like my first TTL flash. I've always been in manual settings myself. But for this one here to work with the triggers in TTL, I have to put it into slave mode on its own. So in slave mode, it would be green. I don't feel like changing that settings because it takes a lot out of me because I have to figure it out. But I don't know if you can see that, but that says the ETTL. That's manual. And it's multi. So right now I want to show you manual mode, because I want to show you that because it has the extra pins, I'm assuming, it allows me to, using this, this one here. Oh, we went out. Why did we go out? Come back. Thank you. All right. So remember, this one was in 1.4. That's in 1.4 right now. And if you look up here, this is actually in 24 millimeter for the zoom. So if I change the setting, let's go 1.8. Let's go 1.16, 1.32. And as you can see, it's changing along with the trigger itself. So if I wanted to change the zoom, let's go to zoom and put it on auto. Can put it on 50, and as you can hear it, you should hear this is changing. Even if you couldn't see it, but you should be able to see it right there. So it just went to 70, to 50, 35, back to 28, and then 24. As you can see, whatever settings that this is set to, this is going to work through this. Now you're wondering, because this is a Godox flash and that's a Godox trigger, am I controlling the trigger right now? No, I am not. Watch. I'll take this trigger off. Now, doing all that, I have not changed anything. It's still on manual mode. It's still set to the, what was it, 70 that I left it on? Yes, 70. It's still set to 132 that I left it on. Now, when I go to change this, and I'm going to go ahead and, it's going to get bright so you're not going to be able to see it, but I'm going to change it down to 1/4. Okay, now you see this is still in channel 1, group A, 1/4, and still at the 70 zoom, just to show you that it's still the same. But if you look over here, it's still in 132, because this does not control this flash unless it's in slave mode in TTL. And let's see if I can pull that up real quick. Alright, I found the right button. Sorry. Got a little sidetracked. So, okay. There we go. Now we're in TTL mode, slave. Now, if I do, let's go back. See if we can do manual mode in slave. Okay, so manual mode in slave, and we went out again. Here, alright, so okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but if you look at the little number underneath that A, that is the number changing, because we're in TTL mode without the trigger, but it has to be in slave. Never understood that. I don't understand that, but it has to be. So to do that is by hitting this button here. So when you see green, we're in manual. We're in the master unit mode. So now this is a master. I can use this one to pop other flashes that are the same make and model, or that are slaves or whatever, in the same channel and group. So you have your. So I got to research this, but I'm not sure what this bolt lightning thing is. If you do, please let me know. And we're back into slave mode again. So that's master, slave, and then I guess normal on this one. So you do have a master, and you have a slave, and then this is manual. This is, I guess, solo by itself. Put on top of the camera, walking around with a nice little bulb on it, taking event shots. But then if you have extra flashes with you, then this one has to be master, and those will have to be in slave. And then if you want to control it with this, they all have to be in slave mode. Alright, so just to show you that in that regular manual mode, this mode, this trigger would be needed for this to control it, but it's capable of controlling it. I'm not sure because it's the same family of the Godox, or because it has the ETTL. However, if you try it with the Canon, you should be able to, Canon or Nikon flash, you should be able to control the TTL through your camera or through this. And I do, yes, the camera does control this when I have it on TTL, and I use a Canon 5D Mark III. So good luck. Keep shooting.